You are listening to the Atlanta Real Estate Forum radio show, all about real estate edition, shining a light on the movers and shakers in the real estate industry, the home builders, developers, realtors, and suppliers making it all happen. And now, here are today's hosts.
Good morning and welcome back to the Around Atlanta edition. I am your host, Todd Schnick, joined by my co-host and friend, Carol Morgan. Before we kick things off, we do want to thank New American Funding for being our 2021 show sponsor, now our 10th year on the air. 2020 was great with them as our partner. We are looking forward to this new year with them. All right, Carol, I love glamping. This is going to be a fun conversation.
I was so excited. One of my colleagues had found this site and I think is planning on booking with them. And I was asking for, additional radio show guests. And she was like, oh, you need to get Georgia Glamping on. So very excited that Rebeka and Nathan Self, who are the owners of Georgia Glamping, were able to join us today. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Our pleasure, guys. Appreciate you carving out some time to join us. Thanks for making time. So, gosh, I guess I'll ask Nathan just to kick us off. Give us a quick overview of you guys and your background.
Yeah. So, Rebeka and I we've been married for, 10, 12 years, somewhere around there.
You're a guy. We're not supposed to know those things.
I even have it tattooed on my arm, which is... I shouldn't forget that. But we had this idea of creating something for our family a number of years ago, and we decided to go into business together as a husband and wife team. We have two amazing daughters, Sydney and Cameron, who are 9 and 7, and just celebrated her 7th birthday on January the 1st. So that's fun. And so that's the really quick version of us. And then we have a mini golden doodle who's sitting beside us right now. Her name's Maisie. So
we all have assistants in studio today.
Yes, your assistant seems a little bit better behaved. Mine are a little chaotical today. The chief happiness officer and the chief security officer are really stirred up.
Yeah.
She's well behaved for the moment, but who knows?
For the moment.
Well, Rebeka, do you want to give us the overview of Georgia Glamping Company and kind of where did the idea come from?
Yeah, sure. So I actually grew up on the West Coast, and I grew up camping a lot with my family, and we love the outdoors. We love camping. And Nathan loves nice hotels. We really felt we were actually coming back from a vacation in Florida where we stayed at a really nice hotel on the beach, and we had noisy neighbors and the kids just wanted to be on their iPads, and it was just wasn't a good experience. So we were driving back to Georgia and we were brainstorming. We're like, how can we get our family out doing things in the outdoors and just, kind of having that experience I had as a kid. So we found that this was a really good compromise for our family.
Yeah.
And we thought if we need that compromise, there's probably a lot of families out there that need the same compromise. So.
I'm all about that compromise.
My wife loves camping, especially when I'm in the tent and she's at the Ritz.
Yeah.
So this idea of glamping though is kind of a very intriguing, and I have to ask. We're now a year into this pandemic, and it has changed virtually everything, including the outdoors. And it just seems to me that there is a yearning for the outdoors right now as a way to escape. I mean, I have to assume, COVID's affected everything in good and bad ways, more bad ways, but I have a feeling it's having an interesting impact on your business. Walk us through how it is impacting what you guys are doing.
Yeah, it definitely has had a crazy impact. So in the beginning, we were actually shut down. We operate in Forsyth County, and they did shut everything down for about a month and a half. So that was really devastating. It was our busiest time. It was spring break. But we were able to open on May 1st. And then we just closed for November 30th for our season. And we were actually 100% occupancy rate from May until November.
That's awesome.
Wow.
It was definitely crazy after we were able to open it. We were
So to
busy.
put that into perspective, from the year previous, 2019, we did about we booked out at about, I think it was 58%. So we were able to, obviously, we couldn't have had a better season because we were at 100% last year. And we opened up on October 1st for the 2021 season reservations. And we woke up that morning, like the website went live at midnight. We woke up that next morning just to an overwhelming response. So we have really good, we have really high hopes for the 2021 season as well. We decided that we need to keep up with the demand and add more locations. And so we added more spots across the board. And we're just really looking forward to the growth pattern that we're on and where we're going to go in 2021.
Very exciting. Well, we're going to talk about some of your new locations, but I think Lake Lanier is your original location.
It is.
So, yeah. So let's talk about that. I guess the Shady Grove Campground. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so we love Shady Grove Campground. It's one of our favorites. This will be our 4th season there. And most of their sites are right on the lake. So you can, take 10 steps from your tent and be in the lake if you wanted to. Yeah. So it's beautiful views, and it's just convenient for families who want to swim and kayak and do all the lake activities right from their site. And we really loved it.
Yeah, we're Forsyth County residents as well. So that helps. We live right in the same neighborhood as Shady Grove Campground. And when we were able to get the deal together with Forsyth County 2 or 3 years ago, it totally changed how we did business and really put this as an idea that we had and moved it into, this is a business that we can operate. And we were able to add at our Shady Grove locations. During the pandemic, we were able to add 9 positions to our staff, and we could not run Shady Grove without them. They're amazing. And so we love having them on board. So,
well, I know Shady Grove has restrooms and showers and a playground and a boat courtesy dock, and the beach and the lake and all that. But if I were to go stay there, what kind of facility would I be staying in?
Yeah. So we have 3 different options at Lake Lanier. We have a canvas bell tent, which is kind of the ones you see in a lot of our pictures. They look like a yurt kind of shape. And then we have canvas safari tents, which they're huge. They have king size beds, bunk beds, and all of that. And then we also have a retro RV that we rent out there.
Ooh, now that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Scooby-Doo. Tell us more about, the RV. What
so she actually has a name. Her name's Roxy the Retro.
I like that.
So she looks very retro on the outside, but we've actually completely remodeled the inside. So it looks more kind of farmhouse on the inside. And it's got everything you need. It's got queen size bed. It's got bunk beds. It's got a dinette, and it has a small kitchen and a bathroom. So it's kind of a step up from the tents as far as if people are just dipping their toe into the whole camping world. They don't have to walk to the bathrooms and things like that.
Oh, that's awesome. And I guess Joanna and Chip Gaines would be proud of your modern farmhouse.
Yes, we had to put a little
All right. So, Rebeka, I need you to do me a favor and speak to people like my wife, who is just deathly afraid of the outdoors, right? And the notion of not having climate control or having a working toilet. Those kinds of things are just intimidating for someone like her. But you can do this in a way that you have the comforts that you want from it. Your standard hotel, but you are, as you said earlier, you're 10 steps from the lake. So it is the best of both worlds, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. You're getting that hotel experience inside the tent. We always say you're getting the true camping experience outside the tent. But you have kind of a little mini hotel room inside. We have real mattresses, memory foam, pillow top, and real hotel style bedding. We actually get people calling us after they stay and asking us how they can buy the bedding and the so it's
nice.
And we have coffee makers and mini fridges and of course air conditioners and heaters. and lamps and rugs and just everything to make it feel really comfortable. So if you do need that break, you can have it. I would say 80% of our guests are first-time campers, never been before.
Okay.
And that's just been an exciting thing for us to watch people kind of fall in love with it and really kind of experience it thinking they wouldn't like it and then just walking away loving it.
Yeah. Well, I've done a lot of camping, more rustic tent camping, backpacking and camping. And I just tell you, I'm not going to confess my age. I've been 36 for a long, long time. We'll just leave it at that. But, I just don't have any desires. Like my neck bothers me some. I can't backpack because of that. But I do love to camp.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely more of a glamper. I want my modern conveniences. So I love that you guys are doing this. And I was looking at some of your new sites. I think Iris Lake is one of your new sites.
Yes.
Well, and I guess what caught my attention is that you have cabins, not cabins, but tabins. So what is a tabin?
So a tabin is we had these things. So we teamed up with an amazing developer who they manufacture. They'll take your ideas and make them and manufacture them.
Yeah.
And so we came up with what would be our perfect scenario in the glamping world. And so we came up with this thing that we didn't know what to call. It was a tent, but it was also kind of like a cabin. So one night sitting around a fire, we're like, what if we started calling them tabins? And the manufacturer, they came to us and they're like, I think we owe you some royalties because we're totally stealing that. And so we're like, that one's on us. So a tabin is a tent that if you take a tent and a cabin, you mix them together. So you have canvas walls on the outside in the roof, but the ceiling is all wood. There's nice beams in there. Hopefully we're making Joanna and Chip proud. We did our best, and it has a bathroom ensuite bathroom. We'll have a king size bed in each one of them. This other idea that we had is there's a lot of times where we have guests who come and they glamp and it's just the husband and wife. Well, they don't want to see a bunk bed it's just out of place, but it's not feasible to move a bunk bed in every time you have a guest with kids. Mm-hmm. So we actually went in with the development team over with our partners Glatt USA, and we told them, hey, this is what we want to do. And so we have created a couch that's a trundle. So each one will have a king size bed and a memory foam twin trundle that comes out from this couch. So whenever you don't have kids, you just have extra seating, and it just looks normal and inviting. And so that was
we wanted to stay away from the traditional day beds and all that, futons and all of that. So it's really modern looking, but very comfortable for a couch. And then, so really it could sleep 4 twins in there, or it can just be 2 couches.
Wow.
So it's a really cool concept, and we're super excited to show everyone once we get photos and everything.
So each unit will also have high-end mini split air conditioning and heat.
Wow.
A tankless water heater, because who doesn't like really long showers, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. So we've kind of didn't hold back on designing these things. So
it's a little bit of a step up, for in the glamping world. But we like to be able to give people those options of having the more rustic, option at Lake Lanier or this more resort option.
Think you need 20% down to become a homeowner? Think again. What if you could buy a home without a down payment? That's right. New American Funding understands that saving for a down payment can be difficult. They have competitive loan programs that can get you into a new home. Their 100% FHA financing loan program makes getting into a new home with no down payment possible. Let one of their home loan professionals pre-qualify you. Contact a New American Funding loan officer today to find out more about these niche loan programs and start your home ownership journey. For more information, call 678-898-3600 898-3540. That's 678-898-3540.
Yeah, that's awesome. You guys are completely reinventing this whole entire industry. It's really clever to see some of the design that you guys have done on this. It's quite fascinating. So tell us more about Irish Lake. I mean, so obviously this is where the Tabbins are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Anything else about the lake you want to tell us about?
Yeah, so it's a private lake in Henry County. It's about 22 acres of the lake is, so it's pretty big. It's for only non-motorized boats, so people will be able to stand up paddleboard, kayak, canoe, but no, larger boats like Lake Lanier.
That's my kind of lake.
Yeah, it's a little bit more peaceful, and families can not worry about their kids swimming, and it's just going to be kind of a different feel. We'll have a lot of nature trails there and hikes, kind of on property, which is great. So people can just kind of go from their accommodation. We're also having a lodge. It's going to be a place where people can gather and get coffee, beer, wine, some light snacks and food. So it's definitely a little bit of a different feel than the traditional campground.
That's my kind of campground. If I could get a glass of wine, throw in some pizza or something, and I'm great.
Yeah. We're gonna have food trucks coming in and out.
Fun!
That's awesome.
Wow. Well, let's talk about Clark's Hill Lake, and I think this one's one that's opening for the first time this year, right?
It is.
Yeah, we're super excited about being in Augusta area. So Clark's Hill is, I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with that area, but it's a huge lake on the border of South Carolina and Georgia. And so we were actually invited by Columbia County to come down and check it out. And we just fell in love with the area and the lake and the campground. So we're really excited to start out there in March with 4 sites.
Yeah. But, you got some cool spots in the state. I mean, those are some great places. Henry County, which is where Irish Lake is deep in the throes of Metro Atlanta, but it's also away from everything. I don't know how to describe it, but that's a great location. And then, of course, Appling near Augusta. I mean, that's a great place to go. Mm-hmm. Talk about add-ons. I read something about that. What is that all about?
Yeah, so basically, like she's mentioned earlier, most of our glampers are first-time campers. They're not going to have everything that a seasoned camper would have. Like maybe they want to try out a kayak. Maybe they want to try out stand-up paddleboarding. There's a lot of people who have seen stand-up paddleboarding, like, yeah, I'd love to try that.
So
but
much
not
fun.
willing to go in and do the investment right away. Well, we want to be able to provide people with the introduction to all of that stuff. So whenever you come stay with us, if you decide, hey, I do want to try out kayaking, I think that'd be fun, or stand-up paddleboarding, that'd be fun. That's what some of our add-ons are. We have it there.
So we really want it to be a customized, unique experience. So, you could go with another family of, a friend that's a family as well, and they could add on totally different things. So we have a lot of options. So, they could add on a gourmet s'mores kit while you add on a beach cruiser bicycle, and it's all waiting for you at your site. So when you show up,
fantastic.
Wow factor, we want it all just like glistening and waiting for you and ready to enjoy.
Now, if you could just have the food delivered too, so that
we are working on that.
See?
Yeah.
There is at some of our locations you can do Uber Eats and all that.
Oh,
kind
wow.
of stuff. But we're working on kind of some to-go meal kits as well, which we think could be cool to add on.
It's fantastic. So, Todd might be able to get Stephanie to do this after all.
See, that's the thing. She wants the room service.
That's
so
right.
if you can solve that problem,
then Todd can go camping again.
And we can go back camping. That's awesome.
We've also had people request like a chef that comes to their site and grills for them, which I think could be a fun add-on option. We haven't figured that one out yet, but
we just know that it shouldn't be either one of us.
Yes.
Not the best of cooks.
I'm thinking with the volatility in the food service market and, closed, open, takeout, whatever, that you probably can find some talent out there that would love to do something out in nature.
Yeah.
So
we're working on it.
Well, this sounds hot. So if you want to book, how far in advance should you be thinking about this? How does that whole process work? And walk through how you do the add-ons too, as you explain that.
Sure.
Great question.
Yeah. So we like Nathan said, we open up our whole calendar in October of the previous year. So October 2020, we opened up the entire year of 2021. And they're all kind of open at different times. Iris Lake and Clarks Hill Lake are year-round parks, whereas Forsyth County is usually just March through November. So our weekends book up really fast. That's always the first thing to go. So usually by, I would say, end of May, all the weekends for the rest of the year are gone.
Yeah.
So you do kind of have to think ahead if you want a weekend, but with everybody's schedules these days, there's a lot of flexibility.
Right.
So people have been able to find weekdays, and that's what's been really great, is to be able to offer, more dates to people.
Honestly, we had no idea that there were this many planners out there.
Surprise!
And then, it's so heartbreaking when to get the phone calls later on in the year. Mm-hmm. It's like, I just need a weekend. I just need to get away with my family. I just need a weekend. And you're like, I'm really, really sorry. We haven't had a weekend for 3 months.
Right.
And, so if you are thinking of, hey, this might be fun to do during October, well, you really
now.
Need to, before May.
Yeah.
To be able to get that.
And fall is obviously, it's a perfect time to be out there in Georgia.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Weather's beautiful, the leaves are changing. So that's my personal favorite time to be out there, and it books up really quick.
Yeah.
But when they do the add-on, so you really just go on our website and kind of load up your cart. So, you're putting your dates in just like Airbnb, and then it will pop up the screen and you'll get to see all the add-on options, and you can just kind of choose what you like.
Simple.
That's fantastic. What else are you all excited about for this year? What's 2021 hold for you?
So
many things.
we have a lot of meetings in the pipeline. We want to grow Georgia Glamping and be able to keep up with the demand. And so we have a lot of meetings with a number of different people around the state, some down in South Georgia, some over in the Athens area. So you never know. We're always
talking to North, up in the North Georgia mountains too.
We always love meeting new people, new property owners. So we're just excited about 2021 to see where we can expand on the growth of 2020 and see where we can take it.
Yeah.
So,
it is going to be fun to watch you guys build this thing, and I got a feeling it's going to be, in light of how the world has changed in the last year. This is going to be I think a really desired opportunity to get away in a great way. So congratulations on this really cool business. It's going to be fun to watch. All right. So Rebeka, I'll ask you to close by sharing information again about where people go to make these reservations, to get more information, and all of that.
Yeah. So our website is just georgiaglamping.com. And we have all of our information on there, frequently asked questions, and that's where you can check availability and pricing. We are also on Instagram and Facebook. We're Georgia Glamping on both. And that's a really good way. We're really active on there, that people can kind of keep up to date with just how the new properties are going, or we'll put last minute openings there during the season, and a lot of people will jump on those. So that's definitely a great place to interact with us as well.
Got it. All right. Nathan and Rebeka Self, the owners of Georgia Glamping. Guys, great to have you. Congratulations again on a cool business. It's going to be fun to watch. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
guys.
All right. Well, that wraps this week's Around Atlanta edition. On behalf of our show sponsor, New American Funding, my co-host, Carol Morgan, I am Todd Schnick. That's all the time that we have for today. Thank you for tuning in and listening, and we'll look forward to seeing you again right here next week. We'll see you then.
Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio is made possible by Denim Marketing, the publisher of Atlanta Real Estate Forum, Atlanta's favorite source for real estate and home building news. Denim Marketing is a comfortable fit, like your favorite pair of jeans. Denim Marketing tailors marketing strategies to meet your specific needs and niche. Try them on for size. They will work to create a perfect fit for your company's marketing program. Call them at 770-383-3360 or send an email to info@denimmarketing.com. For more information on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio or to inquire about being a guest, contact info@atlantarealestateforum.com. Check out the radio show by visiting AtlantaRealEstateForum.com or by listening to the show on your favorite podcast app. And if you enjoyed today's broadcast, we'd sure appreciate a rating and review on iTunes. Thank you again for listening, and we'll see you next time on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio.